Hi, I'm Dia,
I'm Nivi.
and we're from The Crier. And today we'll be doing a review slash reaction to Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo.
Both of us have already listened to Driver's License, as I'm sure a lot of the people who are watching this have too. It's been incredibly popular for a decent amount of time now, but we did want to talk about like the writing capabilities behind it, maybe some of the stories surrounding it, stuff like that.
Yeah, so with that being said, let's get straight into it. When I first listened to the song, well, it was all over TikTok before I actually listened to the song. So it took me a while to actually listen to the song. But all the videos from TikTok and people were already hyping it up. So I was like, I have to go listen to this. I have to see how it is. And let me tell you, I was not disappointed when I heard the song. I mean, like you have to like keep in mind that Olivia Rodrigo is 17. She's my age. She's literally the same age as some of us who go to school. And she released something like this. And I think like with that in mind, like you have to like it's really good. I can't really say much more.
Definitely. I've always liked Olivia Rodrigo. I'm just gonna like expose myself here. I used to watch Bizarre awful, but I did. And I liked her. I thought that she was like really a compelling actress, and so but she was also like a Disney Channel star, so I was like, eh. And then obviously, like most of the world, I've watched High School Musical, the musical, the series, and she killed. And All I Want was honestly like number one on my Spotify, like on repeat for a very long time, because I thought she killed it. Full disclosure, compared to All I Want, which I know is something that she's capable of, I was a little bit let down with Driver's License. I thought that it wasn't as like musically it was a little bit safer, like she kind of just like stayed with, like she usually handles like piano and not much else. She kind of like stayed in the same field. But I also thought that maybe like I thought that she could be a very compelling alto, like she could handle really low notes, but she went like for the belting high notes on this one that I didn't think sounded as good in her voice. But I obviously have very like I sing, but I don't sing like Olivia Rodrigo. So obviously this song is still phenomenal, but I had a special connection to All I Want, and so this song was like not my favorite of hers, but it was still like we're not gonna split hairs over the fact that it was phenomenal.
Exactly. Yeah, I think after listening to Driver's License like a couple of hundred times, a bunch of like she released a few like snippets of songs on Instagram. And so those started popping up on my YouTube recommendation. Like somebody edited those and put the lyrics. And those were also really good. And she had different styles. Like one of them was similar to like No Body, No Crime, Taylor Swift, right? And there was one that she had like a musical theater kind of style. She had a jazz kind of style. And I was like, she is doing all these different genres. And I hope she like releases an album with all of these songs because it is so good.
Exactly. I think she has such a diverse ability. Like, she's still young, which is super huge because a lot of people get pigeonholed into a certain area as they grow as like a musician. Like, Taylor Swift is working on breaking out of like the little niche that the public put her in. I think that Olivia Rodrigo has this like opportunity to set this tone of I can be whatever type of musical artist I want to be because of her like range and ability, which is why I thought that if Driver's License were different from her previous song, it would definitely be like more of a coup for her. But because she has all this ability, I'm honestly super excited to see what she'll do next.
Exactly. I also think something that like just draws me to the song is the simplicity of the meaning. Like there's nothing more. Like she says she got her driver's license. Like if you haven't listened to the song, first of all, go listen to it. But the song is basically about her saying, I got my driver's license, and she's referring to an ex saying, we practiced driving, you wanted me to get it, but now you're not with me anymore, and I'm driving by myself, and I'm sad because I used to drive with you. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And it sounds so simple, but it's so relatable. I don't like have any exes, but I still relate to the song. Exposing
In
myself, but still.
in terms of the writing of that, I think she did something really interesting, which is that like she predicated the entire like relationship upon like a single memory, them driving together. And I kind of like I really respect like that songwriting choice because like sometimes it really does boil down to like one thing that you did together. And that's like the thing that breaks you down a little bit inside, like missing them, you know? So I think that I don't know whether that's this thing for her. I think this might have just been a very nice extended metaphor for her to use. But I really like the idea that she was able to take an entire friendship, possible relationship, whatever it was, and distill it down into my passenger seat is empty now, and that's sad for me. You know, like that she did a really good job.
And if you think that we're overhyping it, the song broke so many records. I think it broke most first day streams on Spotify, on a lot of streaming
Yeah.
platforms. And it was one of the first songs to reach like 100 million in the shortest amount of time, something like that.
Something like that. I was surprised because I was not expecting it. Like she's popular, and honestly, I'm gonna say one thing. This more than basically anything demonstrates to me the power of TikTok. Like it's huge, but I didn't realize just how huge. I never thought that anyone would overtake Taylor Swift or BTS in being able to like break records, right? Um,
This was her debut single. Like that too. I
that's just huge. Not only is she immensely talented, like the hype for driver's license, the good thing about it is that it's mostly well deserved. There's a lot of songs that hit all of this hype on TikTok, I think, that don't deserve it as much. But driver's license, for the fact that she's young, for the fact that this is one of her first released songs, completely unrelated to any of her other work, it's just, I think it's mostly well deserved, and it's so much hype too. Like, let me just Google the records that she did break because
yeah.
I don't know off the top.
So while Nivi's looking it up, I can explain the whole backstory, I guess, or the rumors around the song. So in So as Nivi said, Olivia Rodrigo, she stars in High School Musical, the musical, the series, and her co-star Joshua Bassett plays her love interest on screen, but there have been rumors that there was a thing between the two of them off screen. Now, keep in mind, all of these are rumors. Nobody has come out and said this is what happened. This is just people speculating on the internet, but there's a lot of good signs pointing towards these rumors.
It's important to point out that because it's Disney Channel, they've always kind of done this a little bit. They like encourage like an off-screen chemistry between their two like main stars. I think that we do have to keep in mind that this was a way to formulate hype for the show, way to keep them coming back for season 2. And anyways, to continue that, there was some chemistry between them, and the internet obviously ran with it.
I think it was August when Olivia Rodrigo posted a picture of her and her friend wearing shirts that said dump him. And then here, this is the interesting part. Joshua Bassett was seen in public with Sabrina Carpenter. And then they were making TikToks together for Halloween, and they had they dressed up as Shark Boy and Lava Girl. And now while it may just seem like friends, it could very well just be like a friendship. But again, people on the internet are assuming that there's a thing between Joshua Bassett and Sabrina Carpenter now, and Olivia Rodrigo is heartbroken. So that's what the rumored backstory is.
Driver's License has the record for the most streams for a song in a week on Spotify. It was streamed 65,873,080 times during the week ending on January 14th.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's kind of insane. Apparently she also like the single day streams for any song released was also broken. Apparently, of the most streamed female artists on Spotify as of Jan 12th, 2021, she's number 3. It's Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, and then Olivia Rodrigo. And then Dua Lipa, Billie Eilish, Miley Cyrus, Lana Del Rey, Rihanna, Sia, and then Lady Gaga rounds out 10. So she's number 3. We've seen some unprecedented teenage female success, so it should be celebrated overall.
That's crazy. Like I love Taylor Swift. I've been listening to Folklore and Evermore on repeat.
Same.
And I know that Ariana Grande also has a huge fan base. But the fact that Olivia Rodrigo, I'm saying all these names, Olivia Rodrigo released one song and she's number 3. That shows like not only how good the song is, but how, like Nivi said, how powerful TikTok is, because I feel like that really really helped. I just want to say, like, the music video itself was gorgeous. I loved it.
Facts. I I don't know what to expect from music videos anymore. I think it did a good job being like our recipe for a music video, right? Like most American pop songs now, the music, if you're not Bruno Mars, I feel like Bruno Mars sometimes does really like out there stuff with his music videos, but it was her kind of like dressed amazingly. I don't know who her costume designer is, but all the props. And she had like a toy piano that I thought was really impactful because it wasn't like a toy piano, but it was one of the
Yeah.
plastic ones that are smaller. That's what she plays in High School Musical, the musical, the series, when All I Want plays the first time in the show. So I have no idea if it was a callback to that, but I think she really does a good job, like not being very like she doesn't like in her All I Want music video there was like a huge grand piano, but then sometimes she just has like smaller, I don't know. I really like the juxtaposition of that. And then I don't know, it was just like a car. I thought it was basic, but it was also beautiful and the camera work was elegant. So
Like, All I Want, I absolutely loved the video for that one too. Like, she looked gorgeous, like the setting, the like everything about it was great. But I think the simplicity of this video just adds to like how relatable the song is. Like, she wore clothes
fair
that
point.
anybody could have. Like, she wore a top and jeans. She drove a car down a road that looked like any, maybe not in Chicago, it looks like streets in California, just where she lives.
Mm.
And there was nothing like outlandish about it. It's just the fact that that could very well be any of us driving that car. And I think that just adds to the song.
That's a huge and well done point actually because it again this comes back to what we were talking about before, which is that the song is just so relatable in some aspect, like even without a relationship we're able to like relate to it to some degree. And so making the music video simplistic in its showing of like a teenage girl in teenage girl clothes driving a car, it works. Overall I loved it. We both loved it. We do want to point out, though, that this might not be fully representative of the entire Crier stuff because we brought it up at our meeting. And just a quick shout out, Neela Gilbert had no idea who she was or what the song was. And I was fully disappointed in her, but there were more people. It's just Neela I want to shout out for this.
Yes. Shout out to Neela. Please go listen to the song. Everybody, please go listen to the song if you haven't heard it. I promise you will not be disappointed. If you are disappointed, you can contact us at the Crier and you can tell us what you thought about it and we will work something out.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, but yeah, I think that's it. So thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this.
Thank you.
And maybe I ended that weird. Maybe there'll be more of these videos to come. Let us know if you like this and we can keep doing this because Nivy and I could talk for hours about random topics.
Yes, we could.